Imagine you're so excited and getting ready to meet your friends at this one birthday party. Suddenly, you got this feeling in your stomach and your heart races so fast. It feels like something is trying to pull you back from getting too happy. At that time, your heart starts speaking. What should I do when I get there? Will anybody talk to me? What if they think I'm weird? You might get cry about that. When you get there, there will be a lot of people around you. And again, you got heart palpitation and start sweating. In the end, to reduce that feeling, you start isolate yourself and be alone. My question is, have you encountered this before? And if your answer is yes, it means you are one of those people who got an anxiety disorder. Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. I'm Muhammad SHAHRIZZAT bin NIZAM and I will give a talk which the title is Fight Anxiety, the Formula of Happiness. So what is anxiety in the first place? So anxiety is one of the most prevalent mental health disorders, with 1 out of 14 people around the world being likely affected, leading up to conditions such as depression, increased risk for suicide, disability, and requirement of high health services. As you can see at the table, in 2017, around 284 million people got anxiety disorder. So this is a very concerning and it's a very dangerous because it increases every year. So anxiety is a common thing, but if we don't take any action to cope with it, it will slowly take away our happiness and peacefulness. Finding the right ways to overcome anxiety is very crucial. Therefore, there are 3 ways to overcome the anxiety, which are by taking control of your life, forgiving yourself, and practicing a healthy lifestyle. Ladies and gentlemen, we will go to the first way of how to overcome the anxiety, which is taking control of your life. People who feel like they are in control of their life have better mental health. And people who don't feel like that should engage in the experiences that give them the greater control. What I mean by that? You still didn't get it? So famous philosopher William James in his book, The Principles of Psychology, Volume 1, wrote a simple statement that's packed with meaning. My experience is what I agree to attend to. What does it mean? It means your attention determines the experiences you have, and the experiences you have determine the life you live. Or said another way, you must control your attention to control your life. In other cases, you might have experience of making a hard decision, right? Like what you need to wear today, what to eat, what to do, where to go. And to avoid that, you need to start take control of your life. But how to do that? It's actually easy. Do it badly. Let me prove this. So there is a saying from famous poet and writer G.K. Chesterton, anything worth doing is worth doing badly. How this works so well with this case, because when we are willing to take risks and make the first try without even thinking how the outcome will be, it will help us face the problem. Even though our first try is bad, the key element here is the progress. We want to see the progress and improvement. Other than that, it will speed up your decision making. Hence, my real point from that quote actually is don't aim for perfection, because at the end of the day, we will end up doing nothing if we are too focused for perfection. You have to face the anxiety. If we never try to face it, you can never run away from anxiety. Don't be afraid to start something, and we have to keep doing that because growth comes from progress, not perfection. As a result, it will give you wings to take risks and face the anxiety. Eventually, it will replace our anxiety with new fresh breath and a feeling of taking control of our life. Ladies and gentlemen, moving on to the next point, which forgive yourself. People with anxiety think a lot about what they're doing wrong. They will not get tired to say sorry to people even though they haven't done anything wrong. They're too afraid or too anxious if they hurt someone's feelings. So they will keep saying sorry, 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 and sorry again until one point they will start to hate themselves. So a research shows that safe hatred and safe blame can eventually lead to even severe mental health disorders like major depressive disorder (MDD). And this is very dangerous. So to avoid this event from happening, you need to start to learn and forgive yourself. The question is how to forgive yourself. It's easy. The first one, treat yourself with kindness and compassion. If you keep blaming yourself, you will hurt yourself. So stop doing that. Instead, you need to give some rewards to yourself and practice self-care. Number two, learn from the experience. Remind yourself this. You might once or many times misspeak, underreact, overreact, hurt yourself, self-blame, and change the reality while living in denial. But you have to let them go because it's all water under the bridge now. Those experiences are a lesson for you so that you'll be able to start a new chapter of life and start forgiving yourself. And a study has demonstrated that when people practice self forgiveness, they experience lower levels of depression and anxiety. So, this research has proven enough that self forgiving or forgive yourself can reduce your anxiety. As a result, we will feel way better than before and we will stop overthinking as we reduce our anxiety. Hard things always happen to us and we will recover and learn from them as long as we breathe in, breathe through, breathe deep, and breathe out. Moving on to the last point, practice healthy lifestyle. Having a good and healthy body is very good for our mind. Our mind has a correlation with our body. Both are connected to each other. So someone is called healthy when they are physically and mentally good. So practicing a healthy lifestyle like exercising, practicing breathing techniques or breathing exercise, and having a good diet can reduce your anxiety as well. So we go to the first example, exercising. When we exercise, our body will become active and starts to produce and release good hormones that can affect our emotions. For example, the serotonin hormone can affect our emotions where we make us happy. So there's a research and a study that shows that aerobic activity like exercising, running can reduce our anxiety. So this proves enough that exercising can reduce our anxiety. Second one, practice breathing techniques or breathing exercises. Why? Because people with anxiety tend to get panic attacks for no reason. A panic attack, what is that? A panic attack is a sudden episode of intense fear that triggers several physical reactions when there is no real danger or apparent cause. So panic attacks can be very frightening. When panic attacks occur, you might think you're dying or you're losing control, having a heart attack or even dying. So breathing exercise is one of the methods that can be used to reduce that symptom. So there's a research, there's a study shows that breathing exercises can help to control panic attacks. And the last one, eat healthy foods. Choosing the right foods is very important because everything that you eat eventually might as well affect your mind. If we eat or take unhealthy foods or drinks frequently, it will cause our body to produce hormones that can affect our body. So there's a research that shows that nutrition is important in the development and progression of mental disorder like depression and anxiety. So this proves enough that eating healthy food or having a good diet can also reduce your anxiety. So for conclusion, anxiety is a disorder and it's very imperative for us to know how to deal with anxiety. We talk about happiness in my title. So happiness is a state in which we have a clear and peaceful mind. Having anxiety will make our life messier and eventually we will not become happy. There are so many ways and methods that we can use to fight anxiety. So people with anxiety cannot do alone to fight their anxiety. So people who are mentally healthy should support and help them be a good support system. So the authorities should take proper action on a way larger scale so that they can detect people with anxiety better. To conclude, there is saying from Paulo Coelho, although anxiety is part of our life, never let it control you. Because it's not a time for anxiety to beat us, but this is the time we fight and move forward and to be happy. So that is all from me. Thank you for listening.